Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you can see, I'm servicing lawnmowers today. I put this piece of flashing down here, and I've never seen oil behave like this. It's dropping off into that as just a drop of oil, and instead of just running down, did you see that just go? I don't know if this GoPro is going to pick it up or not. But they're going down and rolling as a ball. It doesn't mix with the other oil. And it hits that little puddle of oil and jumps and lands out here. I don't know if you can see that. I can see it, so you must be able to. I can actually see the balls going down that piece of flashing. I don't know if you can or not, but I've never seen oil behave that way where it wouldn't mix with the other oil immediately. It kind of different. Anyway, not doing anything exciting, but that kind of come along. I had to show you that. That's something. Never seen oil act like that. But just changed the oil in that mower there. Waiting for this one to drain, which is done. As far as I'm concerned, it's drained enough. It's just making a mess now. If I move the, it's like half of it's going in there, half it's going out there. Where do you put the bucket? But anyway, I could put a rag on the end of it, I guess, and stop it. But I'm going to put the plug into it and call it good. So, and on this John Deere, I've had discussions with my friends that, Ryan Vertifay there, he says, let's come off of here and come over with a T. I've thought of that. I've thought of teeing off the line that goes up to the rockers, putting a restrictor in it. And I think probably he's going to do some talking with some friends that have a friend of his that has a W111, which is the Model D power plant. He's going to find out what they did in there for lubrication. Whether John Deere did something with a drain back issue or whatever they did anyway. So if John Deere did something on the inside, I may do the same. But I hate to take this all apart. It's all together, especially this piece here. I mean, I got it all glued on and everything. But it was one of them things I never thought of it until after I got it together. Well, that little oil thing, I think that's actually a hydraulic shock that's driving off the end of that. I think the drip is making enough of a shock that the drip is actually going into the oil, but starting a pulse going downhill, and it increases speed as it goes. I think the viscosity was light enough and it was coming off the end. That's what I think's happening. I don't think it was skating over the top like it almost appeared. I think it was just a bubble traveling through the oil. But anyway, that's my theory on that. I don't know if it's way off, but so we're going to get back on this WA, we're calling it. I just drilled and tapped a hole 1/8 inch. I don't know if this is needed, but hopefully you can see that pipe right there headed over. It's just about on top of that groove, and that groove is over as far as it will go right now, as if it was snapped in. And of course it only comes back about a 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe a little more. It ain't much, but it will be under that drip. If I end up with the drip out too far and it starts getting a lot of oil getting on my clutches or something, I'll know to modify it a little bit. But I did have the clutch off, and I had a big piece of towel up in underneath there and had the vacuum going, so I didn't get any cuttings or anything in. So yeah, now we got to go from here to there. And I'm also going to try to put in a restrictor in here. Well, I am going to put a restrictor in. I haven't decided yet what it's going to be, but I'll bring you back here when I figure that out. Well, we're just going to test this real quick. Just a little drool of oil. Get a light in there. Let's see where that oil comes out. There she is. It's hitting on the rim. But when you throw the clutch out, it should hit right almost dead on. So, and there's also going to be a lot of air turbulence in there too. So, I think it'll be all right. I think we're better off to hit a happy medium. And then that way, it'll be about right. Either way it goes, but it won't be perfect. But think it'll be all right. So I'm going to continue on my restriction on the top here. Okay, so I got this line in. It goes down. This one here, when I actually put the yoke in, it interfered, so I had to move it back a little bit. So now it's dropping about right here. But it's still hitting on the actual collar, the edge of the collar. And what I did for a restriction was I took a piece of this felt, which I know oil under 15 pounds will run through it pretty readily. And I cut a small piece, not much bigger than that. I took it and stuffed it in the hole here before I put the copper in. I smashed the copper down as hard as I could. And then I snugged this up so that it's been compressed in there. So the copper tube that's in the bottom that's coming up, there's a flat there, about 1/8 of an inch hole or maybe a little bigger. And I got that piece of felt shoved right down on top of it, pinched. So I think it'll be all right. We'll see if it loses much oil pressure, you know? You never know. But anyway, so that's what I got done here. I'll take you in the other way and show you what I've got done in the other room. So I made this the other day. I ran a end mill, small one, about 3/16. I ran it down this slot. I matched the height of that. I did the other sides longer, as you can see. I matched the same on this side. Drilled the holes every inch. This is 441 from this edge here to the center. That's about what this one was, because you can see it's off center a little bit. And I might actually be over just a little bit more than it was originally, but that's all right. I'm taking this square file. It only takes about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds to file out the corners. And then I'll take and cut them off, and I'll have all of my clamps for the fuel tank. So that's what that is, and I'll bring you back later on. Right now, I'm kind of skipping around all over the place because I'm not working on that today. What I'm working on today, I just got these right here. Went over to Cornish Auto Parts. They got these aluminized 4-inch exhaust pipes. I got two 10-foot pieces. One of them's to run the big cat later on that's going to set over here. I'll move this stuff. I'll bring it in later and get it set there. I want to get that running. I'll get an elbow to put underneath it, and we can run it inside that way. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to cut this one in two, I believe, at 5 foot. And we'll make up 2 rolls for that plastic mulch layer. Well, I didn't get too much done tonight. I put them both in the lathe, got them filed down to where the bearings will slide over them. I'm going to cut this in the morning, 5 foot right there, but I'm going to bring down an actual Sharpie marker to draw a line. I'm going to do it with a whiz wheel. That's aluminum and stuff, and I don't, well, it's aluminized, so it's got an aluminum coating. Yeah, I can talk. It's got a coating on it. I don't know if I want to run a torch on that. When I go to do the welding, I'll have the door up. I don't know if that stuff's like galvanizing or what kind of stuff they have in it. But anyway, I was getting ready to put my fuel tank in, and I never even checked this thing for length. I assumed it was for an A, but as you can see, it's about 2 inches too short. So that's going to put that on a hold. I guess I'm going to have to call Ryan and have him get me a long one. I told him I thought I'd found one, which I did, but it's for a B. So anyway, yeah, this is still on a hold. But anyway, we'll fire up the GoPro tomorrow when we weld this together and put it on the plastic mulch layer. We only got about, as you can see, it's drying out pretty good out there. We got about 3/8 of an inch of rain, not bad. Today was sunny, tomorrow's supposed to be sunny. Saturday's supposed to be sunny, Memorial Day on Monday there's supposed to be sunny, so we should have plenty of time to get the plastic in. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. It's, yeah, 7:30. I'm going to head on upstairs, and actually I'm going to go by way of the greenhouse because Carol's out there organizing after the big day. You know, people pull packs out of this tray and they lug it over here and they set it in this tray. You know, it's just, you know, you'd think you was working at Walmart there, the way it ends up. But anyway, she's out there cleaning, so I'll go that way. And probably take number 2 house if she ain't get into it and spend 15 minutes in that, cleaning that up. So anyway, hope everybody's safe. Keep well. Keep out of trouble also. We'll see you probably tomorrow night. Well, I figured I'd show you what we got left here. Remember all those tomatoes we had down through here? We've just got a single row. These small ones was a second planting of them. And, I mean, look at all the bench space we've got. You know, I mean, we're running out of some stuff. Crazy. And we ain't even got to Memorial Day weekend, you know, well, it's coming up, but yeah, pretty amazing. But the part that's bad is the people that get into this mess, because this is what we need to do our farm with. You can see there's some that disappear here and there. The last few days I haven't stolen any, but Saturday morning of Memorial Day weekend, we are going to take all of that, load it on the back of the 1-ton, drive it over in the driveway and leave it outside for the day, and then we'll bring it back at night, and we'll do that until after Memorial Day, because it'll be so hectic that people will be picking out of there, especially if we run out of any of the peppers. They'll take ours. A lot of them ain't even labeled. They don't even know what they're getting, but they see that the plants are tall, they'll grab them. So anyway, yeah, look at all the hangers empty here. Yeah, things are lightening up. These here are, what the heck are those? Picapino, Potapino, there we go, Potapino. They're a jalapeno hanging pepper. And they produce like a son of a gun. They're just starting to blossom, as you can see. But, yeah, them things will get up about so tall. And, man, they produce. Look at all these dandies, huh? So things ain't looking too bad in here today, really. Nothing I have to spend a lot of time on. You know, I don't see any trays I can actually get rid of. Some are close. After tomorrow we'll, you know, bunch up and get rid of that tray there probably. But I'm not going to do any tonight. These are the first plantings, of the first planting I should say, right to here. This is the second planting, and actually that one over there on the other side, I guess the third planting. Those little ones over there. They will fill out quick, about another week and a half. So anyway, and we got this mongrel down here. This is a rogue seed that was in the hanging pots. Just as soon as we got it planted, I told Carol, I said, that's not a hanging sweet and eat, or, you know, tumbling tom they are. Those are tumbling toms. I said, those aren't a tumbling tom. And you can see the tomato in there. It's a regular conventional tomato of some sort. Don't have a clue if it's an heirloom tomato or a hybrid tomato. Don't have a clue. But it's growing good. So, you know, every 3 or 4 mornings I undo the string and wrap the head a little more, and she's going towards the sky. When she gets up to the, you know, 6-8 inches above the pipe, we'll cut her off and see what she produces. It's got, you know, a good hand there starting, good hand there, good hand there, good hand here, and that hand on the bottom. That's all the hands it's got. But anyway, that's all right, you know. It'll have 5 or 6 hands on it. Kind of interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. See you next time.